Yo, I'm in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tighten that buckle. Dirt flying, wide tires grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll.
What's up? What's up, Larry? I see you guys out there. What's up, Clint? Getting up in the session now. Looks like it's a 52-17 SOF. Just a friendly reminder, next week's openers will be 1 hour earlier. They're going to start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after the time change on Sunday. Just to give you guys a heads up. What's up, Karen? What's up? Quite the field set up for tonight as we are getting ready for Lincoln. Ethan Bill did not show up. This is probably one of the one track that he's very fast at. All right, getting ready for Lincoln Speedway here for the Big Block Modifieds. As we get up in the session, about to get in there. What's up, Curtis? What's up, buddy? Oh, shoot. All right, I got to make a quick little change here. I forgot that I am set up in... I forgot. I did some racing. I was set up in triples. Let me go ahead and fix that. I got to jump out of this really quick and then get back in. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot. I did some laps for once. Something I don't get to do very often, so let me jump in. Had to switch it down to a single monitor. All right, I see Jordan LaFawn in there, Brandon Barnhart, Brian Hodge, Brian Orto, Damian Ward, Aaron Rockefeller, Kevin Robinson, Roundtree, Swank, Shepard, Nick Brundage, Brian Goffmanis, Riley Knoll, Tanner Purcell. Looking to be a heater here tonight as we get up into tonight's big block opener. Jumping in there now. If you guys are getting in, give it 1 minute. We will be into the session. Won't even be 1 minute. That's another one we haven't seen in a while. Caleb Durgan. What's up, Go Balls? What's up, buddy? Getting up into tonight's racing session. Race number 1, big blocks at Lincoln. Make sure you guys are getting those. I'm doing pretty good. Make sure you guys are getting those likes, shares, and follows in as we are out on the track. And, oh, Caleb Durgan is in there. So we will have Caleb Durgan up into tonight's race. Really surprised E-Bill isn't out there. It looks like Ryan might be one of the first cars to jump out onto the track. In the number 2 machine. Nope, it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller in the number 18. He's going to jump out for the first one. So Aaron Rockefeller going to go out there in the number 18 looking for a good lap. Fire Swamp can race here. He is he has out of date seatbelts. That's wild. All right, so Rockefeller on a lap number 1 here tonight as we look to see what he is able to do here tonight as he comes. Oh, he gets inside wall. That is going to throw away his first lap. Let's jump on with Barnhart as he's going to come across the line. And it's going to be Joseph Matthews with the first time with a 16.433, putting him at the top of the charts. All right, let me go ahead and get up there where I can see those lap times because we all know I'm getting old and hard of seeing as Brandon Barnhart puts down a 16.141, putting him at the top of the charts. All right, so Brandon Barnhart currently at the top of the charts. We got Damian Ward out there in the number 32 machine. Tyson Banks going to go second quick. Kevin Robinson third quick. Let's see what Damian Ward is able to do in the number 32 machine. Looks like Caleb Durgan out there putting down a lap. Let's see what Damian Ward is going to look like as he comes across the line. He is 14th quick right now. That is not good for D Ward in that number 32. All right, he's going to hopefully pick up the pace a little bit here on lap number 2. He's going to jump up to 5th quick with a 16.342 as here comes Durgan out of turn number 4. Can he put it at the top of the charts as he comes across the line? Quick time with a 16.041 for Caleb Durgan. So Caleb Durgan putting it at the top of the boards here in that number 17. Had a feeling that was going to happen, as he is not able to pick up the pace on lap number 2. Well, we still have a couple other guys who could be quick here tonight, as it looks like Nick Brundage going to come across the line. Riley Knoll is out there. Brundage going to go third quick with a 16.160. Riley Knoll going to cross the line in that 09 machine. He goes 6th quick with a 16.276. We've seen a few guys put in their fastest lap on lap number 2. Can Knoll do that and put himself at the top of the boards? We're going to find out. What's up, Justin? As he comes across the line. And must have got the wall because he did not pick up the pace and it did not give me a lap time. So that is going to be qualifying with Caleb Durgan at the top of the charts, and we are going to get ready for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it is going to be the number 17 of Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the number 84 machine, it is going to be Nick Brundage. Starting inside, row number 2 in the 007, it is going to be Trey Pasica. Outside of him in the number 20W, it is going to be Justin White. Starting inside, row number 3 in that number 2 machine is going to be Kieran Roundtree. Outside of him in the 144, it's going to be Jordan LaFawn. Starting inside, row number 4 in the number 27 machine, it is going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Brian Hodge. Starting inside, row number 5 here tonight in that number 9 machine, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Outside of him in the number 71, it's going to be Brian Orto. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the 04 on the inside of row number 6, it is going to be Morgan Shepard. Outside of him in the number 23, it's going to be Mike Wenner. Looking for the green flag this time by as they come down the back straightaway. Top 7 transfer through. Everybody else off to the LCQ, right? That's what I was thinking. This has been a while since we've seen Durgan as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. What's up, Robert? Green flag is out as Durgan's going to lead him down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for second as Trey's going to slide up. He takes that number 2 spot, knocking Brundage back to third. Trying to go 3 wide as LaFawn's going to get shuffled out into that number 6 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Big contact in 1 and 2. They are able to keep it straight down the front straightaway as they head into 1 and 2. Nose to tail right now to Swank on the bubble spot as Brian Hodge going to use him up. Brian Hodge into the inside wall. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Battle's going to be for that final transfer spot as they come out of turn number 4. Big contact with the inside wall as it looks like Shepard's going to fall back into that number 10 spot. Swank trying to hold on as he's got a ton of pressure from behind. Big wreck as Shepard goes around and so does Hodge. Back up to the front. That has given a lot of breathing room for Michael Swank, but he does have Joseph Matthews breathing down his neck as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 1 and front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Yeah, you would have made top split. Down into turn. Oh, where did White come from? In the number 20 machine as these guys are gaining on Jordan LaFawn. 4 laps complete, 4 laps to go. Caleb Durgan has checked out 1.3 seconds in front of the field. Trey in second. Brundage in third. Roundtree, LaFawn, and Swank into tonight's race. Oh, White made a mistake apparently. Got shuffled back outside of a transfer spot. Matthews is now on that bubble. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go. We got a battle here between Roundtree and Brundage as Roundtree looks up underneath the 84Y as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be white flag this time by. Battle for that number 4 spot. Roundtree going to rip the bottom. He's got third that time by as they head into turn number 1 and 2. White flag is out. White flag is out. Drag race down the back straightaway. Roundtree going to get a little loose on that back end, but still holds the throttle. Into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan going to take the win. It is going to be Trey in second. Roundtree in third. Brundage, LaFawn, Swank, and Matthews going into tonight's feature. White, Orto, Shepard, winner, and Hodge going to the Consi. You'll be back on Thursday. Nice. You'll be quiet on Thursday, too. All right, let's get ready for heat race number 2 as they get lined up. Relatively calm heat race number 2. Heat race number 1. We'll see if we see the same thing here in heat race number 2 as they go ahead and get lined up. Let's go ahead and hit up tonight's starting lineup here for heat race number 2. It is going to be on the pole here tonight in that number 34 machine. It's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Outside of him in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Ryan Guffmanis. Starting inside row number 2 in that 09 machine, it's going to be Riley Knoll. Outside of him in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 32 machine, it's going to be Damian Ward. Outside of him in the number 60, it's going to be Kevin Robinson. Yo, 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 what's up, Kenny? Starting inside row number... What row are we in? Row number 4 in that number 6 machine, it is going to be Tanner Purcell. Outside of him, in the number 3 machine, it is going to be Nathan Brown. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in that 18 machine, it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller. Outside of him, in the 07, it's going to be Tyler Wazen. Is it Wazen? Wazen? Rounding out the field here tonight in that number 12 machine, it is going to be Jacob Schultz. It is going to be 8 laps here as they come down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Going to get the green flag this time by. Ward's got a little bit of work to do. Going to be starting inside row number 3. Top 7 going to transfer through. It is Lincoln Speedway. As they come down the back straightaway, Wason. Okay, thank you, Ray. I never know. I don't talk to some of these guys. Green flag is out as they come out of turn 4. Big contact back in the back. We're going to have some black flags. It is Jacob Schultz with a black flag as they come out of 4. Ward is around. Let's go take a look and see what happened on this start as they headed through turn number 3. Oh, it looked like Riley Knoll actually stepped on it a little bit there. Damian Ward gonna eat that one. He's gonna be going to an LCQ. Black clear, right? As it is a battle for the lead as Govmanis on the bottom. He's gonna lead this time by. Little G up to the front. Here comes Brandon Barnhart back down low with the crossover out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn at number 3 and 4. They're going to shift it up underneath. Here comes Barnhart trying to fight on the inside. Little G to the high side. It's going to be Ryan G at the line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Ryan going to lead the way out of turn number 2. No, he's going to push out of 2. He does have the lead down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to pinch down Barnhart a little bit as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, keeps the lead this time by. Barnhart going to shove it in on the inside. Ryan's going to blink out as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, drag race looking for the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Barnhart down low. Good roll through the bottom, not able to get the drive off. What's up, Demon? As they head into turn number 1 and 2, it is going to be Goffmanis at the line with 3 laps to go. Tyson Banks kind of out there in his own little world, doesn't need to make a mistake. He is solidly into tonight's feature as they come out of turn at number 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go. Here is the battle on the track. Tanner Purcell in that number 6 machine. He's got Nathan Brown behind him. Robinson in the final transfer spot as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, here comes Robinson looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead has quieted down 5/6 tenths of a second between first and second. White flag is out. We're going to stay on this battle as they head into 1 and 2. Out of turn at number 2, down the back straightaway. Little G leads the way as they look for turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn 4 for Little G. He's got the win here tonight. And he raced number 2, Brandon Barnhart, Tyson Banks, Riley Knoll, Tanner Purcell, Nathan Brown, and Kevin Robinson. Rounding out the transfers, Wason, Schultz, Ward, and Rockefeller going to the LCQ. That is going to be one hell of an LCQ. All right, let's go. I'm listening to these guys. Sorry about that. Let's get ready for the LCQ. Top 4 going to transfer. We are sending 5 drivers home here tonight. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it is going to be Justin White in that number 20W. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Taylor Wason. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 71 machine, it is going to be Brian Orto. Outside of him in the number 32, it's going to be Damian Ward. What's up, Remington? Starting inside, row number 3 in that 04 machine, it is going to be Morgan Shepard. Outside of him in the number 18, it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller. Starting inside, row number 4 in that number 23 machine, it is going to be Mike Wenner. Outside of him in the number 12 machine, it is going to be Jacob Schultz. You know what? That's what I was saying. But Ray told me it was Mason with a W. All right, so rounding out the field here tonight in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Brian Hodge. All right, we gotta get Taylor in here so I can say his name right. Taylor, help me out here. If you're listening, say it over to the chat. Okay. 4 make it. 4 make it. Right now, Damien is in that final transfer spot as they look for the green flag this time by as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Justin White with a big jump. Taylor's going to jump into the number 2 spot as they are nose to tail into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, it is going to be Brian Orto in that final transfer spot as he gets in the back of Ward as they come out of turn number 4. Big check up. Orto able to hold on to it as they head into turn number 1 and 2. He's got pressure from behind. Here comes Rockefeller trying to get up underneath Shepard. Can't quite get there. Nose to tail. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Out of turn at number 4. Down the front straightaway. It is going to be White leading the way. Taylor in second. Damian Ward in third. Brian Orto in fourth as Shepard is putting the pressure on Orto down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, no! Taylor gets inside wall, checks up the track, opens the door for Damian Ward. That's going to be dangerous if Shepard's going to take advantage of the checkup. He's up underneath Orto, down the back straightaway. Here comes Taylor, back up underneath. Ward is heading in 3 and 4. Side by side for second on back as they come out of turn number 4. Ward with a big run down the back straightaway. He's going to have that number 2 spot at the line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Great battle for the transfer spot. Shepard down low, Orto up high, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be halfway through, 5 laps to go when they hit the start-finish line. 5 laps to go. We got a race as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Justin White has checked out in that 20W. Battle's going to be for second on back. Looks like Ward's going to settle into that number 2 spot as, might have been Schultz with a big checkup down on the inside. Got pushed into the inside wall too much. Track real estate taken up in front of them as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Wow, this is pretty wild. Oh, no! White's going to make a big mistake in turn number 1 and 2. Takes himself out. He is back in the number 6 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Damian Ward with the lead. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Shepard's digging on that inside. Up underneath Taylor out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Oh, big contact as Hodge shoves it in there. He goes around. He's going to collect Rockefeller. Back up to the front. It is going to be all Damian Ward now out front. Taylor trying to hold off Shepard. Shepard up underneath. Schultz, 1 spot out, looking up underneath Orto. He's going to get up underneath Orto, knocks him up the track as they come to the checkered flag. Who's going to get it at the line? Orto gets it at the line. It's going to be Ward, Taylor, Shepard, Orto going to the feature. What an effort by Schultz at the end. Just a little too short. What a race here tonight in the LCQ. All right, now some water. Now time for that time of the night we all know. It is time for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 17 machine, it is going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the number 2 machine, it is going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 007, it is going to be Trey Pasica. Outside of him in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Outside of him in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Starting inside row number 4 in the 84Y, it is going to be Nick Brundage. Outside of him in the 09, it's going to be Riley Knoll. Starting inside row number 5 in the 144, it's going to be Jordan LaFon. Outside of him in the number 6, it's going to be Tanner Purcell. Starting inside row number 6 in that number 27 machine, it is going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him in the number 3, it is going to be Nathan Brown. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, starting inside row number 7 in the number 9 machine, it is going to be Joseph Matthews. Outside of him in the number 60 machine, it is going to be Kevin Robinson. Starting inside row number 8 in the number 32 machine, it is going to be Damian Ward. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Taylor W. Starting inside row number 9 here tonight in the 04 machine, valiant effort by him. He had a great run in the LCQ. It is going to be the number 04 of Morgan Shepard. Outside of him in the number 71, it's going to be Brian Orto. Green flag is out. Holy cow, Durgan went way early. Big jump as they head into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to lead Goffmanis and Barnhart in the dust as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, keeping it single file up for the front 2. Now making the front 3. It is going to be side by side for a 4th on back as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looks like Trey going to take that. No, Banks going to fight back on the outside as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front. How many times are you going to type that? I was told I was wrong. I'm not. Oh, no. Banks in the wall. banks in the wall. Not sure what happened there. We're going to go back and take a look and see what happened to Bank. Oh, did he miss? Yeah, he just missed the entry. Oh, that is unfortunate. And they just pile in behind him. Able to keep it straight, but has to be right front damage on that 747. Your thumb's tired. You're just liking it. I appreciate the likes, guys. 5,000 likes. 5.1K likes over there on TikTok. Appreciate that. As we skim through the field right now, it is pretty quiet until we get back to Jordan LaFawn as his side-by-side with Purcell down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2, side-by-side out of turn number 2. I think they've been side-by-side the whole time. I believe it. I'm just telling you what other people have told me. So I figured I would talk. See, now I'm getting another one. Oh, no, well, that's what I've gotten. So I am Josh. Thank you for the follow. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Contacted Purcell into the back of LaFawn. LaFawn able to hold on to it. They're going to be 3 wide behind him, trying to wreck out of turn number 2. Big save by Riley Knoll. Knoll had to hold on to that 0-9 as Durgan continues the lead battle for second. Here comes Barnhart on the outside. He's going to take that number 2 spot as they're out of turn number 2. Little G going to jump back down on the outside, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4, side by side for the number 2 spot. It is going to be Little G on the bottom. Barnhart up high as they come across the line down into 1 and 2. Here comes Trey down low in that 007 as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, keeping it single file as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Let's go, Laboon, says Mitch, as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Oh, Barnhart going to jump up over the cushion, opens the door for Little G. Down on the bottom side into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side as contact as Trey gets in the back of Little G. Down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Great battle for second right now as here comes Brundage in the 84Y. He's going to get up underneath Roundtree as we got a battle just behind these guys as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Let's Michael Swank. Let's what, Michael Swank? What's up, Moody? Down into turn number 1 and 2. They get it single file for now, but Little G going to dig down on the bottom side. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Little G down low out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Down into turn. Oh, Barnhart going to jump that cushion just a little bit again. Will that cost him? Down into turn number 3 and 4. Able to hold on to it. Let's go check on some other battles right now. It is pretty quiet. Got a little battle here, though, between Roundtree and Brundage. Brundage up underneath Roundtree. Slides up. Gives him the door bar as they come out of turn number 2. He is over on Facebook. Kenny. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Roundtree on the bottom side. Brundage up high as they head down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Great battle here. Brundage up high out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be here tonight? So far, it is all Durgan out front as they look for turn number 1 and 2. There's a few fast guys in the back, but I think they're going to need some cautions to help themselves out as they come down into turn number 3 and 4. Brundage seems to be on a mission. He has taken that number 5 spot and moving his way forward, looking for that 007. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Let's go back up and look at our leader. Caleb Durgan leads by 3.3 seconds over Barnhart. Little G in that number 3 spot. Trey in 4th. Brundage in 5th, Roundtree in 6th. And I'll tell you what, Jordan LaFawn is gaining on these guys right now. So LaFawn on the move, one of the fastest cars on the track in that 144. It is chaos back here, absolute chaos back here. Ward 3 wide out of turn number 4 in the middle. Oh, Matthews going to push Ward up the track as they come out of turn number 2. Save some speed for me. He's taking the speed from everyone. And this is chaos back here. Well, we got a battle back up here. Oh, no. Brundage up into the wall. Brundage up in the wall. Not sure if there's contact between him and Trey. Push up the track. He's going to fall back in behind Roundtree. That is not where he wanted to be as Laboon continues to creep his way forward towards the top 5. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be all Durgan out front. We're going to keep an eye on this battle as Laboon goes for the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Moody, says Kenny. Oh, Roundtree almost over the cushion, able to hold on to it. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Here comes Brundage with a big run out of turn number 4. He's going to take it to the bottom of 1 and 2. Roundtree going to pitch him down just a tick. Keeps him from running the slider. Down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Keeping it lean and green so far. 24 laps into this one as Durgan continues to lead down the back straightaway. Looking real good in that number 17 as they come out of turn number 4. Halfway through, 25 laps to go. So Durgan hasn't really been pulling away from these guys. Oh, we got the caution. Caution flag comes out. Let's see what happened to Riley Knoll. Looks like he's in the middle of the sucker hole. Might get pinched off here. Oh, no. He gets the wall going into turn at number 1 and 2 and climbs it and does a little cartwheel. And, yep, that is going to be probably the end of Riley Knoll's night as we get the first caution flag here tonight. Oh, we got beef. We got beef in the chat. Moody, you're not fast enough to be in here? Wow. Oh, them fighting words, Moody. All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and stack them up 2 by 2, looking for the green flag here once again as they come out of turn at number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Caleb Durgan's going to lead him. Shots fired! Shots fired, says Kenny. Green flag is out. Durgan going to get on the gas. I wonder if he's going to pull away the same way. I wonder how much he has used up them tires. Durgan just doing Durgan things. You ain't lying. It is definitely going to be interesting as they come out of turn number 2. Long green flag run there. We are halfway through this one as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Barnhart has some, Little G has some speed. He's going to stay with him into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Trey's going to jump the cushion, get the wall in 1 and 2. That's going to cost him time. Cost Roundtree, too, as Roundtree was just behind him. 3 wide for 4th into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. It is a wild one here as they head into turn number 1 and 2. So far, keeping it pretty clean as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. So Little G has broken free, but Durgan starting to pull away as, oh no, banks around, caution flag comes out. Let's see what happened to the 747 here. Oh, there was a big stack up. Oh, he gets run over from behind by Brown. Big stack up. He checks up. Brown didn't see it. Gets into the back of him and goes around and turn number 3 and 4. That's going to bring out the second caution flag of the night. All right. Cautions breed cautions. There's definitely some kind of breeding going on here. I'm not sure what kind. All right, down the front straightaway. We are 28 laps into this one. Going to be 29 complete, 21 to go when they take the green flag as they double it up. Maybe. Is it doubled up now? Durgan going to lead the field. Nope, I think we got one more lap of caution. Grip hacks must not. Yeah, he struggled last week. He definitely struggled last week. All right, now they should get the one to go as they head across the line. It is going to be 21 laps to go when they take the green flag. Stack them up 2 by 2 into turn number 1 and 2. Up next, guys, we have some super late model action. You guys don't want to miss that. Super late models, 360 sprints, and UMP Modifieds still coming up here tonight. I think we are at Volusia next in the supers. That should be a good one. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan going to lead the way. Little G not going to let him go. All over the back of him as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Little G going to go up to the top side. Going to try to take the run out of turn number 4. We got contact further back. Swank going to go around into the inside wall. Oh, we got another one around. It's going to be Robinson around. Wrecking down the front straightaway. No caution flag. No caution flag. They're able to keep it green. Then Banks goes around in 1 and 2. So a lot to process there. Let's see if we can go take a look as we get caution flag number 3. Now, this track has gotten pretty slick here. Let's go take a look and see what happened to these guys. So there's going to be contact. Swank's going to go around here. Oh, Ward just gets to the back of Swank, and then big stack up. And Robinson is going to get squeezed and turned around down the front straightaway. Swank nowhere to go. Gets into him, luckily with the left front, not the right front. Caution flag comes out. Clinton, the little kid, he's probably playing on the playground at the track. Do they have a playground at Lincoln? All right, looks like Kevin Robinson might... Oh, he is out there. All right, so Robinson is still out there as we are working caution flag number 3. K-Rob just X'd himself out under... Oh, he did? No way. That is wild. All right, down into turn number 1 and 2. We got them stacked up 2 by 2, looking for the green flag. Once again, can we keep it green to the end? It is going to be a 19-lap shootout from here. Down the back straightaway, Durgan leads the field. Little G was putting some pressure on him there on that restart. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. Barnhart gets a great run down on the inside as they look for turn number 1 and 2. Little G going to push him down, keeps him from getting on that throttle as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Little G takes the number 2 spot. Barnhart back to 3rd. Here comes Trey. Trey has been awfully quick here lately. As they come out of turn number 4, Trey is going to dig that outside to the outside of Barnhart, down into 1 and 2. Trey going to dig the outside out of turn number 2, bangs the wall, able to stay in the throttle, down the back straightaway, drag race, looking for turn number 3. Trey looking for a podium here tonight as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, he's going to have that number 3 spot that time by. Here comes Brundage in that 84Y, and look at this, LaFawn battling for that top 5 side by side with Brundage as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Little G not letting Durgan shake him as we watch the battle back here for 5th. Laboon down on the bottom side. Brundage up high as they come out of turn number 2. Tanner Purcell up into the wall. Purcell up into the wall as he's able to keep it straight. And there goes Brundage. That puts LaFawn to 5th. LaFawn isn't content with 5th. He is looking for more. Up underneath Barnhart into turn number 1 and 2. Little G in the wall. He's stuck in the wall out of turn number 2. That moves Trey up into the number 2 spot and gives Durgan a ton of breathing room as they come out of turn number 4. Oh, the tide has turned as we got 14 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be Trey in that number 2 spot. Laboon, he is looking for a podium up underneath Barnhart, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Could this be a race that Laboon could be happy about as they come out of turn number 4 across the line down into 1 and 2? Brundage still rolling that high side. LaFawn down low out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. LaFawn has to get in line as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Trey Pasta gets second. A little, oh, they're 3 wide. And LeBoon's going to take advantage. He slides into that number 3 spot. He's looking for more out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway as Barnhart falling back to that number 4 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes LeBoon down low out of turn number 4. Can't quite get there. 11 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. He's got that middle lane working through the slick as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Trey up high. LeBoon down low through turn number 3 and 4. Are we going to end up with a battle for the second as they come out of turn number 4? LeBoon can't get the runoff. He's going to stay in line as they head through 1 and 2. LaFon has 1 and 2 really figured out down on that bottom side. Just can't seem to get it in 3 and 4. Let's see what he's able to do here. He's going to go a little higher in 3 and 4. Let's see if this helps us run out of turn number 4. He's side by side as they come across the line. Down into 1 and 2. A little bit of contact between Trey and LeBoon. LeBoon going to get the run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. He's going to move up to the top side. Watch this run out of turn number 4 as they come down the front straightaway. 8 laps to go. Here comes LeBoon. What's up, Shane? Down into turn number 1 and 2, still side by side. Trey's going to bang the wall. That gives LeBoon a good run down on the bottom side. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Can he get the bottom side to work? He's going to try to cut down. Grabs a little mud. Down low to the line. It's going to be LeBoon in second that time by. Down into 1 and 2. LeBoon has that bottom side going. Did he find another lane? Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Still side by side. Trey up the track. Here comes LeBoon to the line. 6 laps to go. Oh, it's a dead heat at the line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. It is good seeing Jordan run this good, honestly. As they come down into turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, definitely. Down the front straightaway, LeBoon not able to get the run. Trey starting to get the edges. He's got second that time by. 5 laps to go, regardless of what happens here. Great run for LaFon. He's had 0 luck every race he's run this season. In the top 3 right now as they come out of turn number 4 to the line. 4 laps to go. Putting on a show up at the front. Barnhart is too far back to do anything. So is Brundage out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Look, I'd be happy if LeBoon gets a top 3. Definitely be proud of him as they head into turn number 1 and 2. He's got 3 laps to go. Trey's going to shift up the track. Yellow flag comes out. I'll tell you what. I think advantage goes to LaFon right now for that second spot. He's going to have cool tires and a 2-lap shootout. That bottom side is going to dig. That bottom side is going to dig with some cool tires. He needs to get the temps out of those tires. Let's go see what brought out this caution flag as we are going to have a 2-lap shootout here tonight. A great freaking battle. Better than a good. I hit the wrong button, guys. Sorry. I can't find the yellow. Oh, there it is. Looks like Ryan and maybe it's Ryan and Brundage. Does Ryan get into Brundage? Does Brundage make a mistake here? That looks like what caused the car. Oh, Brundage gets inside wall. Little G nowhere to go. That is unfortunate and big pile up in turn number 1 and 2. We just saw someone else get incident pointed out. I think it was Brian Orto. Oh, it was Tanner Purcell. I think just got incident pointed out as we are going to get a 2-lap shootout. You know, yeah, he'll go to the bottom here. He'll have cool tires. It could be a huge advantage as I think we are going green flag this time by. As they come down the back straightaway, it is going to be single file. 2-lap shootout. Can we make it to the white flag? LaFon's definitely going to need... I'll take a look at it here in a second. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. Great start by the top 3 as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Trey's going to stick to the bottom, but LaFon's been down there all night long. Good run out of turn number 2. They're going to stay pretty even down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. 1 more lap to go. Durgan leads the way as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Laboon trying to get up underneath Trey out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. He's getting up underneath them. Oh, he gives them a tag in the bumper. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Can he get up underneath them? Out of turn 4. They're touching behind him. Ward into the number 4 spot as he pushes Barnhart out of the way. It's going to be Durgan, Trey, LaFawn, Ward, Barnhart. Your top 5 here tonight. What a run here tonight. We're going to go back and look at this battle between Ward and Barnhart, because Ward, I think, might have given Barnhart the business here at the end. All right, so... Oh, he just gets into him. Oh, puts him in the wall and takes the spot coming out of turn number 4. Oh, my God, and Barnhart was definitely not happy. All right, let's go ahead and pull up those results. Bars for everyone. It is going to be Durgan with the win. Trey in second. Jordan LaFawn in a third. Going to be Damian Ward in that number 4 spot. Barnhart in 5th. Roundtree in 6th. Taylor is going to be in that number 7 spot. Brundage in 8th. Nathan Brown in 9th. Going to be Tyson Banks in 10th. Michael Swank 11th. Ryan Goffmanis in 12th. Orto is going to be 13th. Shepard 14th. Matthews 15th. Purcell 16th. Robinson 17th. And Riley Knoll in that number 18 spot. So I'm going to work on pulling these guys in and getting into the next session. I see Trey's here. We'll get Laboon in here, hopefully. What up, Trey?
What's up?
There's Durgan. We know he's got a lot to say. We know Durgan's got a lot to say. Oh, he's got a lot of yawning to do.
What a snooze fest. I expected some type of competition tonight, but I guess not.
Well, you know, second on back was pretty intense.
Was it?
That was
I
wild.
See all the way back there.
I'm jumping into the super session. Let me know if Laboon jumps in, so I can pull him up. So let me switch this over real quick so I can get in there. Oh, come on, mouse. I hate it when I hit the little button there. Let's see. Spectate. I like how I can go to top split so much easier now. That is one thing that's nice about the new UI.
I hate the UI, everything about it.
I said one nice thing. Oh, there's Laboon. There is Laboon. That's the man of the hour right there. I don't care what Durgan says. Laboon's our winner tonight. Okay.
I have nothing to say. The Thrill Factory got thrilled on once again, so.
Jordan, unmute. All right. Jordan LaFawn. Man, you were digging tonight. 6 spots up into a podium. A little bit of luck, a lot of bit of speed here tonight. That 144 was hooked up tonight.
Yeah, first time in a long time in these big block openers. It's actually I think my first interview with you, dude.
I think it is. I think it is. I mean, you've been working at these. You've got zero luck. Even just to make the feature has been a lot of work. And get the podium here tonight.
It's actually the best I've felt in a big block in a long time. I don't know. These are the only cars I try to run for points in when it comes to the official series. So I try to take these a little bit more serious than I do everything else. But you know, I ain't got updated sets in these cars no more. Randy did his own thing. He jumped ship, went off, and he's doing his own thing. So I just made a couple tweaks to some old shit that I had, and it worked tonight, I guess. So I will take it.
LaFawn, are you the only person to have a negative luck stat in IRL? That's what they're saying in the chat. But honestly, great run for you tonight. It was good to see you up front. You looked real good. Had that bottom side working better than anybody else really did through most of the race tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
First and foremost, give a shout out to you for broadcasting these Monday night openers for us. Shout out to my grandma. I don't know if she was in there watching. She normally is. GY6RN, Big Bacon Media Gaming, Lawn Crafters Lawn Care. And yeah, Durgan on the win, and Trey for running second. We got a little contact there late on. I don't think he knew I was up underneath him as much as I was. But
Yeah,
all in all, it was a good race, man. Like I said, congrats to Durgan and congrats to Trey on podium.
Like I said, you were really the only one digging that bottom like that, so probably surprised him a little bit. But great run. Good to see you on a podium. We were rooting for you.
Yes, sir, brother. Thank you, James.
Yeah. Trey, man, LaFon had you work for that second place here tonight. That 007 was quick. A little bit of luck helps you get into that number 2 spot. Little G had some issues. Barnhart faded a little bit late, and you had that thing hooked up just about right and good enough for second place tonight.
Yeah, no, it sucks to see Ryan hit the wall like that, especially when it's a teammate. But you know, these openers ain't easy, so you kind of got to take them when you can get them. Yeah, LaFon definitely made me work for that one. It was a nice, clean, tight battle there. We've had a lot of problems in the past, so I'm glad we could set them aside there and race clean and put on a good show since, you know, Durgan was kind of gone.
You know, this track gets tight. It's easy to jump the cushion, especially in 1 and 2 and catch that wall or miss the entrance. We've seen a lot of that going into 1 and 2. How hard is it? I mean, we had a lot of green flag laps tonight. We did end up with a few cautions late, but well, about in the middle. But I mean, how hard is it to run that many laps green flag at Lincoln? I mean, it is a really technical track.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult. It's probably one of the most difficult tracks here. I mean, a lot of people would probably, you know, argue a little bit because there are a little bit tougher tracks, but when it's slicked off and rough like that, you know, it seems like you could run a line for 5 laps and then the line would be totally different the next 5 and it'd be back to the same that it was 15 laps ago. So you just kind of never know. There's one rut in 1 and 2 that if you hit right, you're either gonna go to the moon or you're gonna skyrocket off that thing and get a massive run. But yeah, it's definitely a technical track, that's for sure.
Outlaw, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Most importantly, I gotta give a shout out to the Thrill Factory, E-Bill and all them guys over there. He's been absent here lately, so the guys have definitely been stepping it up and building some pretty badass sets. You know, I haven't, for an opener, even from supers and all that, this is the highest I finished, so kind of feels nice to have a team that knows what they're doing behind you, and then, you know, Ramy Graphics for the wrap, Rocky Photography, you know, everybody else over there, you for streaming them, and then, you know, everybody for watching.
Good run here tonight. Good second place, and I'm sure I'll see you next week.
Oh yeah.
Caleb Durgan. You've been absent, but you come back in style. Take the W tonight. Great run,
James. When I tell you, I was so sick and tired of seeing these people that should not be winning openers. I mean, I was so sick of it. So I had to come back. I had to do what I do best. You know what I mean? The Thrill Factory is gonna be closing doors here soon. I'm gonna run them out of big blocks like I did Public Enemy and like I did Randy Johnston. Either way, I mean, it's just my recycled setups and it's all of my rejects. So I don't know. We'll move on to next week at, I think, Eldora, the Big E. So it's it's Eldora. Another nice little hot spot for Caleb Durgan, and you know, probably mop him up there again, and then go to Volusia and mop him up there again, and then Oswego, mop him up there again, and, you know, just keep going down the list.
You know, you've been a dominant figure in the big blocks for a while. You've had a lot of competition in and out. A lot of those guys aren't around anymore. Race as you wish.
Unfortunately.
But you know, coming back out here in the big block, shaking it down a little bit, at least through the wintertime, will that keep you fresh for next season IRL?
Probably not. I'll probably hit the same amount of Uke tires and finish 15th the same amount of times, but you know, you just get on iRacing and have fun. Unfortunately, you know, the people that you usually have fun with playing iRacing don't play iRacing anymore, so you have to deal with a bunch of nobodies that don't have really any racecraft and just a little bit of speed. But I hear there's some leagues. There's possibly a race
Alright,
or some
everybody.
leagues coming up for big blocks that are going to bring some of the OGs out. So that'll be really cool. Looking forward to that.
Oh, Nathan Waddell hit the inside wall, lap 1 of the heat race.
I was watching that. I was watching that.
Oh, no.
No, wrecked the entire field almost.
Yeah, good job, Morgan. Definitely good job, though. But great run here tonight, Caleb. You got any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Everyone on this rig, Kenny Cudney, you for broadcasting all these and all these races. Unfortunately, you know, I don't run the majority of them, but I don't know. I'm ready for bed. Good night, James. You're my hero.
Have a good night, Durgan.
Later.
Later. Caleb Durgan with the win here tonight. Been a while since he's been up here. When John says time, I'll retire. Oh man, he pulled a note right out of Durgan's book right there, hitting the inside wall. As we are rolling heat race number 1, Hayden Tolson out front, Brennan in second, Elkins in third, Connor New in fourth, Lee in fifth, Stuckwich in sixth, and Mason Inman in that number 7 spot. Man, we got Waddell, Lingron, and Knoll going to the LCQ. How wild is that? As we get 2 laps to go here in heat race number 1. Not a whole lot of battling to talk about right now. Inman does have a little pressure from behind, but not too much as they head through turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2 here in heat race number 1. Down the back straightaway, going to be Hayden Tolson out front as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Tolson going to take the win. Brennan in second. Elkins, that is Daniel Elkins, in third. Connor New in fourth. Jonathan Lee in fifth. Stuckwich in sixth. And Mason Inman racing his way in that number 7 position. All right, so heat race number 1 in the books here tonight at Volusia as we get ready for heat race number 2. Morgan, I definitely, it was cool seeing you out there. It was definitely cool seeing you out there in the opener. It surprised me, but it was a good surprise. But I had seen you've been creeping up slowly but surely. All right, let's get ready for heat race number 2. I can go through the lineup here. It is going to be Sean Smith starting on the pole here tonight. I believe in the number 49 or 45. I forget what number he is at. Outside of him, in the number 8, it's going to be Scott Marek. Starting inside, row number 2. Here tonight in the number 43 machine, it is going to be Devin Ferguson. Outside of him, in the 109, it's going to be James Braswell. Good to see Braswell out there. About to make your return? Nice. Yeah, I had to point out that it was Daniel. I hadn't seen you or Daniel in a while. Starting inside, row number 3 here tonight in the 09 machine, it is going to be Tanner Tomasi. Outside of him, in the number 3, it's going to be Tyler Orr. Starting inside, row number 5 here tonight. Oh, sorry, row number 4. I almost forgot that. Wow, it was Will Cuddy in 6, sorry. Then it's going to be Ethan Johnson in the number 11. Or number 1. Sorry. In that number 7 position, outside of him in the number 3, it's going to be Tyler Orr. Starting inside, row number 5, in the number 33 machine, it is going to be Dylan Gibbs. Outside of him, in the number 20, it's going to be Adam Holbert. Then rounding out the field here tonight, in that number 1 machine on the inside, it's going to be Corey Roberts. Outside of him, in the number 18, it is going to be JC Floyd. And it should be the 45. Yeah, it's a 45 for Sean Smith. It's been a minute. I couldn't remember Sean's. Sounds like I might need to start thinking about hosting some races on the weekend or something if this winter gets rough. We'll see what I decide to do. since there's nobody really hosting anymore, as they head into turn number 3 and 4, we are looking for that green flag this time by as the pace car is in. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Sean Smith going to lead the way. Tomasi going to throw a slider, lands on Braswell's nose. Braswell around in turn number 1 and 2. That's going to collect Cuddy and Holbert. As we move back up to the front, Sean Smith continues to lead. Going to be Scott Mark in that number 2 spot. Devin Ferguson in third. Ethan Johnson fourth. Tomasi in fifth. Dylan Gibbs and Corey Roberts in the show as it stands right now as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Jesseron, am I saying that right? Thank you for the share. Appreciate that. As we move back up to the front, it is going to be Sean Smith continuing to lead. Here comes Mark back. What is Braswell? I thought he was looking for Tomasi there for a second. He might have been. As they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Sean Smith leading the way as they come down the back straightaway. He's got Mark trying to reel him in. Here comes Ferguson, though, up underneath Scott as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Yeah, that was pretty rough. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be single file now for the top 3 down the back straightaway. Nose to tail into turn number 3 and 4. Everybody pretty spread out right now as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Battle on the track is for that number 2 position. Devin Ferguson trying to reel in Scott as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 2 laps to go as they come across the line. Sean Smith continues to lead. Mark in second. Big run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Putting the pressure on Sean Smith. All over the back bumper as they come out of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Mark all over the back of Smith as they come through turn number 1 and 2. He's got one more opportunity. Little bobble out of turn number 2. Moves to the top side. Sean Smith's going to run a little slider out of turn number 4. It's going to be Smith with the win. Mark in second. Ferguson in third. Johnson, Tomasi, Gibbs, and Roberts rounding out the top 7 going into tonight's feature. Everybody else into the LCQ. We are going to have one hell of an LCQ here tonight. All right, so heat race number 2 in the books. We're going to go ahead and rack them up, stack them up here tonight. I have no idea how the fuck to say that last name. We're gonna butcher this real quick. All right, you guys ready? Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it is going to be Carson Gauthier. Am I saying that right? Outside of him, in the number 18 machine, it's going to be JC Floyd. Starting inside row number 2, in the number 11 machine, it is going to be Blanken Whitley. Outside of him, in the 109, it's going to be James Braswell. Starting inside row number 3, in the number 5 machine, it is going to be Nathan Waddell. Outside of him, in the number 3, it's going to be Tyler Orr. Starting inside row number 4, in that number 1 machine, it is going to be Joey Lingron. Outside of him, in the number 23, it's going to be Willie Cuddy. Then rounding out the field here tonight, in row number 5, on the inside, it is going to be the 09 of Riley Knoll. Outside of him, in the number 20 machine, it is going to be Adam Holbert. There's been some guys that I don't recognize. Remember, guys, next week, openers are 1 hour earlier. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you guys set your calendars for next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be going live with the Big Block Modifieds next week. With the time change, it does change the time for the openers by 1 hour. As we look for the green flag here, top 4 going to transfer through. Well, Waddell hit the inside wall going into turn 1, lap 1 of heat race number 1, and collected a lot of people. he stepped on his dick. We knew he was hung. We just didn't know he was that hung. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Carson going to get on the gas down into 1 and 2. 3 wide for second into turn number 1 and 2. Waddell going to back out of it a little bit early. Maybe a little worried about that inside wall. Allows Lindgren up underneath them as they're 3 wide for the number 3 spot. Big door out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. You can throw a blanket over the top 3 as Orr's going to throw the slider. Lands on the nose of the 11 as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Here comes Braswell as Riley Knowles going to be out of this one as they come down the front straightaway. Down into turn at number 1 and 2. Here comes Lindgren. Lindgren almost parks it on the nose of Waddell. Side by side down the back straightaway as they head for turn at number 3 and 4. Whitley in that final transfer spot. Big door. Up the track goes the number 1 of Lindgren, able to hold on to it as Waddell slides up the track. Lindgren going to give him the door. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. These guys got to get it figured out. This is not how they are going to race their way in. They are racing for first person going home as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Tyler Orr. He's going to slide and split the difference down the back straightaway. Waddell back up underneath them. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Big slide by Waddell. Cut down by Lindgren. Contact out of 4. Able to keep it straight down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Or up underneath Lindgren. Here comes Waddell with a big run out of turn number 2. He's going to take it to the bottom. Look for the double slider once again. Lindgren going to play defense. Waddell gives him a big door. They wreck. Big wreck out of turn 4 as Waddell takes them out as they come out of turn number 4. Oh my God, he absolutely murdered him as we move back up here. It looks like Whitley going to be in a very good spot right now. Tyler Orr a ways back as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Orr is going to be too far back to do anything as Carson continues to lead the way out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Carson leading the way, looking for the white flag this time by Carson, looking for the W, looking to be our B main warrior as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4 one last time as they head into turn number 3. Carson leads the way. Out of turn number 4, he's going to be our B main winner here tonight. Floyd second, Braswell and Whitley rounding out the top 4, going to tonight's feature, and we are sending a lot of good cars home here tonight. You just missed it. That was a surprise. I don't think I've ever seen Nathan do that before. They had been rubbing up on each other quite a bit there, and I think Waddell just got tired of it. Whose fault was it? I don't know. It was good racing to watch until they wrecked. All right, guys, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight. In the 327, it is going to be Hayden Tolson. Outside of him, murder definitely was murder. Starting outside of him in the number 45 machine, it is going to be Sean Smith. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 39 machine, it is going to be Kyle Brennan. Outside of him in the number 8, it's going to be Scott Marek. Watch him. He was quick in his heat race. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 87 machine, it is going to be Daniel Elkins. Outside of him in the number 43, it's going to be Devin Ferguson. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 10 machine, it is going to be Connor New. Outside of him in the number 1, it is going to be Ethan Johnson. Starting inside row number 5 in that number... I don't know what number. Number 17M, it is going to be Jonathan Lee. Outside of him in the 09, it is going to be Tanner Tomasi. Starting inside row number 6 here tonight. In the number, I guess I got them all mixed up. Did I get them mixed up? In the number, what number is he? I don't know who. Mason Inman's in the inside, I guess. I don't know. It's going to be Ethan Suckwich in the 11th spot. Dylan Gibbs in 12th. I think I got my numbers mixed up. My bad, guys. Then rounding out the field here tonight is going to be Mason Inman 13th, Roberts in 14th, Carson 15th, JC Floyd 16th, Braswell 17th, and Whitley in that number 18th spot. Well, we're about to go green flag, Ray. I can't look at it now. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head down into turn at number 1 and 2. Hayden Tolson going to lead the way down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, battle for second as Brennan tries to hold on. Smith going to take it. Here comes Scott Mark to the bottom at turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Scott was quick in his heat race. He's looking to get that number 2 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4, side by side. Out of turn number 4, not able to get it to stick. He's got to fall back in line. He has to be careful of that exit off the bottom side because Brennan definitely had the run out of turn number 4, but definitely with the run out of turn at number 2 for Mark as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Scott's going to move to the top side of turn number 3 and 4. Definitely a big difference there as they come down into 1 and 2. Has that bottom side working out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Everyone trying to thin it out right now. Get single file as they head through turn number 3 and 4. A little bit of contact as it looks like Inman might have made contact with the 17 of Jonathan Lee as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Oh, we got one up and over. He missed the entry there. Who was that? That is going to be the 43 of Devin Ferguson. He's going to fall way back in that number 43. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Here comes Ethan Johnson. Ethan Johnson going to slowly, methodically move his way up through the field. Can he get himself on a podium as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2? Ferguson going to try to roll a bottom of 1 and 2. Did not work as Tolson continues to lead. Sean Smith has his hands full as they come out of turn number 4. He's got Marek all over the back of him. Scott's been fast tonight. He's definitely putting the pressure on that 45. Not able to find his way around as they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, single file for these front guys for now. Looking for that groove. This is a very momentum-based track. You want to just get in a rhythm, keep that momentum going, look for your opportunities late in this one if you're up towards the front. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. 9 laps complete as they head into 1 and 2. Battle starting to brew for that number 4 spot as Daniel Elkins all over the back of Brennan down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Elkins has some speed in that number 87 machine as they head through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. 10 laps complete here tonight, 40 laps to go. Brennan with a really good turn number 1 and 2. He's going to pull away from Elkins as they head through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Little bit of separation. Elkins fell back as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Clearly, one mistake could cost you a lot here. These guys looking pretty close as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Tolson comfortably out front. Able to run his line, take care of his stuff. Well, he better be taking care of his stuff as he comes out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Sean Smith in that number 2 spot has been there for the whole race so far. Scott went back to work. This is where they were back at the heat race, except first and second, not second and third. Nose to tail through turn number 3 and 4. These two cars looking very close here tonight as they come out of turn number 4 across the line. We got a little bit of battling further back in the pack as it looks like Dylan Gibbs has his hands full. He's got JC Floyd looking for his way around. Floyd going to cut down out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Floyd going to throw the slide up the track, cut down by Gibbs. Gibbs going to come down, gets a bobble, not able to get it to stick. Almost wrecks into Inman. Inman going to dig the high side. He's going to make his way around Gibbs. So Gibbs going to lose a couple spots there, falls back into the number 13 position as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Definitely struggling with that number 33 down the front straightaway. I'll tell you what, Sean Smith is reeling in the 327 of Hayden Tolson. He has pulled away from Scott Mark, now pulling in on that 327 as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Tolson continues to lead. Sean Smith reeling him in out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Take a look at the lap times that time by. Smith just a tick quicker than the 327 of Tolson. Not enough to make a difference as they come down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for the line. 19 laps complete as they come across the line. Can Smith reel in the 327? Draft does play a role here at this track on iRacing. As they come down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Smith almost got the opening there into turn number 3. That could have been a big, big deal for the number 45. What's up, Willie? Not the Conci you were wanting, huh? Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Tolson leading the way. Sean Smith reeling him in as they come out of turn number 4. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Willie. Single file into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Smith's going to grab the wall. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. Down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. He has given it everything it's got as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be 22 laps complete. Not a whole lot going on here. Let's jump back a little bit, see what's going on here for that number 5 position. Number 4 position, Brennan has it. Connor New wants it as they come out of turn number 2. Here comes New in the number 10. He's going to ship it to the bottom, slides up the track into turn number 3 and 4. Cut down by Brennan out of turn 4. Is he able to get up underneath him? He's going to slide him in turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Here comes New back up underneath out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Has that number 4 spot. Here comes Brennan looking back up underneath as they come out of turn number 4 across the line. Give the spot to New. We got a battle behind him as Elkin and Tomasi going at it for that number 6 spot. Elkins down low, Tomasi up high, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Elkins. Tomasi going to come back with the cut down out of turn number 4. Drag race to the line. Tomasi had it at the line that time by into turn number 1 and 2. Tomasi going to stay low. Elkins goes lower out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, side by side. Brennan slowing up. These guys gaining on him as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Johnson. He wants a piece of the action as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. It is going to be side by side, door to door. Tomasi and Elkins begging doors out of turn number 2. Elkins going to come out ahead. Here comes Johnson. Down low on Elkins, pushes him up the track. He gets split down the front straightaway and loses both spots into 1 and 2. What a move by Johnson as he gets up underneath Elkins, able to take that spot away. Works on Tomasi next. Tomasi throws it up on the cushion out of turn number 4. 28 laps complete as they come across the line. I'm keeping an eye on the distance of the battle up at the front right now. This is the battle on the track. Down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Tomasi up the track. Here comes the slide by Johnson. Johnson slides up the track. Cut down by Tomasi. Tomasi going to send it in a 1 and 2. Oh, Johnson played a little bit of defense there. Not able to slide it for Tomasi. Oh, Johnson up the track, grabs the wall. Here comes Tomasi. He's going to slide back in front of Johnson. Johnson going to try to dig down out of 4. Not able to do the cut down into turn number 1 and 2. Nose to tail. Can he find his way around the 0-9? Tomasi now going to work on Brennan into turn number 3 and 4. Has to be careful because he's got Johnson there. Johnson has already taken advantage of one battle. He will take advantage of more as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, we got a battle for the lead as Sean Smith is there down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. We're going to jump on this battle as they come out of turn number 2. Smith putting the pressure on Tolson down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to come across the line. 33 laps complete. Big save by Smith as they come across the line. 17 laps to go. Smith goes to the top side. It is Volusia. Misfit Dad. Down the back straightaway, big run for Smith as they head into turn number 3 and 4. All over the back of Tolson. Yellow flag comes out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Oh no, we got a turtle. We got Tomasi on his lid in 1 and 2. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see what happened. he got into Mossy. Oh, Elkin's a victim there. All right, so we're going to try and... Oh, my God. Elkins just came flying in there. All right, so they're going to come together here. They just kind of meet in the middle. And Tomasi and Brennan get together. Elkins nowhere to go. He's going to ride the wall. Big damage for Elkins. That's probably going to be the end of his night as... oh, my God. Tomasi. Let's look at that one again. Ooh, they just kind of met there. I mean, I don't think he expected Tomasi to be that low, but watch this late. Tomasi's going to be, okay, I'm straight, and they just come piling in behind him. Boom. That is the dumbest flip that could have happened for Tomasi there. There's one person that's probably happy about that, but we're going to get back up to racing as they are stacked up 2 by 2, looking for the green flag this time by. It is going to be 16 laps to go when they take the green flag. Smith was putting a ton of pressure on Tolson, and you got to wonder who's behind him that have good tires. Johnson up to the number 5 position. He could be a contender here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. Pace truck is in. Green flag is out. Great start by Tolson as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Scott Mark. Mark with a great start down on the inside. Smith going to slide up the track. New goes in the middle. New takes advantage. Smith gets the wall. He's going to drop back to 5th as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Mark going to slide up in front of New out of turn number 4. Tolson was a little nervous there. Here comes Johnson. Johnson up to 2nd in a 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Tolson has to feel a lot better about leading this one as it is chaos from 2nd on back as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, 3 wide, little bit of contact, able to keep it straight as they head through 1 and 2. Mark's got to get on the brakes, not to take out New as they come out of turn number 2. He's going to lose a ton of spots as they head for 3 and 4. Here comes Johnson. Johnson did a lead on a 4. Johnson takes the lead from Tolson. Tolson going to jump up underneath him 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Johnson going to go around. Oh, are we going to get a caution? There was contact further back, but they keep it green as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Johnson, our leader, as they head into 1 and 2. Tolson got shuffled back to that number 3 spot. Connor New is now up to 2nd. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. A lot happened there. A lot to process as they come out of turn number 4. 11 laps complete. We got one flipping in the back up on his lid. It's Scott Marek. And turn number 3 and 4. Big wreck as the caution flag comes out. Let's take a look and see what happened to Scott here. It is getting chaotic here. Brandon, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Scott comes down, and Inman was not happy about it. Oh, no. That was unfortunate. Scott's going to pay for that one. He's going to take the tow, and we get the 2nd caution flag of the night. What are we doing? What the fuck we got going on here? What is Inman doing? Why is he taking out Sean? Or not Sean. Yeah, Sean. That was wild. So Inman's going to go look for Sean here. And watch this. Just up under him and then pushes him all the way around the track. Destroying his own car. I don't understand what is going on here. Oh, man. Big damage for Inman. And then he's not done. He's going to go back for more right here. Tries to take out the right front of the 45 right here. And he probably does cause a lot of damage on that number 45 machine. And then pulls down onto pit road. That is unfortunate as we are looking for the green flag here once again. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be all Ethan Johnson up front, 7 spots up. Braswell's up to the number 5 spot. He is up, 13 spots up to 4th as they come out of turn number 4. 3 wide for that number 4 spot as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, here comes another one for Braswell. He's going to make his way into the top 3. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Looks like Tolson has used up that 327 as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, he is getting shuffled to the back. Now back to 6 as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, it's pretty wild. You are not lying. As contact between Braswell and Floyd as they come out of turn number 4. Braswell going to be put in the sandwiches. The tempers are definitely starting to flare as they head through turn number 1 and 2, beating and banging down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. You got to wonder who's pushing the incident point levels as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be 6 laps to go. Johnson leading the way out front. We're watching that battle for 4th on back. Braswell in the number 4 spot. They're going to get big runs on him. Here comes J.C. Floyd down to the bottom in turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, 3 wide. Out of 4, down into 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, it is going to be Braswell in that number 4 spot. Here comes Jonathan Lee in the number 17. Contact further back. Big save. Big slave by J.C. Floyd in 3 and 4. These tempers are definitely starting to get high as Whitley gets in the back of Floyd. Floyd able to hold on to it. Now we got a battle here for that number 5 spot, or 4 spot. Braswell now back to 5th as Jonathan Lee takes the number 4 spot as they head into 1 and 2. It is going to be 3 laps to go as they head through turn number 1 and 2. We might not be done with the craziness here tonight. It is ridiculous. You are not wrong, Darby. As they come out of turn number 4, it is going to be Johnson leading the way. We're watching that battle. Oh, we got lap traffic up ahead. Who is that? Oh, that is Inman. As Inman still looking to take out Smith as they come out of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go for Ethan Johnson. He's going to lead it through turn number 1 and 2. We're going to go back to this battle as it is insane. Here comes Whitley down low as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Braswell starting to fade as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Ethan Johnson with the win. Connor New, Carson, Lee, Whitley, Braswell, your top 6. Well, that was a crazy one. Yeah, I was curious too. I guess there was a little contact earlier. It's gonna be Johnson with the win here tonight. Connor New in 2nd, Carson in 3rd. Gonna be Jonathan Lee in that number 4 spot. Whitley in 5th. Gonna be Braswell in 6th here tonight. J.C. Floyd in 7th. Tolson in 8th. Gonna be Roberts in 9th. Gibbs in 10th. Sean Smith in 11th. Brennan's going to be 12th. Inman in 13th. Mark in 14th. Ferguson 15th. Elkins in 16th. Tomasi 17th. And Ethan Stuckwidge in 18th. Well, that got a little crazy, guys. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. All right, so we are going to go ahead and jump over to the 360s now. So let me go ahead and pull this up. I doubt I'm going to see anybody from this race in the Discord, but if they do jump over, we will do an interview. They are still arguing. Yeah, it was... I guess I heard there was a door too. It was Everybody was racing tight. Everybody was so close. That played a big role in that, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to jump over into the sprint race. 17 cars in the sprint race. That means they're sending one home here tonight. We're going to go ahead and jump over there. I just realized Shane is in here with me. Say hi, Shane.
Hello. I've been in here since the start of the race. I got bored.
You're good. All right, so I was looking to see if anybody else happened to jump in Discord. I'm like, oh, Shane's in here with me. So if Carson, Connor, or Ethan jump in, I'll do interviews for them, but I don't think they're going to jump in. So that was wild, Shane. That race was absolutely nuts.
My thing is, I don't know what the 23 was doing, though.
I don't know what any of those guys were doing.
I was like, that's not me in the 23. Good Lord.
3,200 SOF for the 360 sprints. I see Remington's making another appearance. You know, Remington ran the sprints last week and said he had a lot of fun, so we'll see how he does this week. Be interesting to see. I'll go ahead and mute so you can say whatever you want. As far as you can say what you can talk all the shit you want now, Shane. Yeah. Cornbread, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Cornbread Jones. I wonder if that's just his nickname or if he makes really good cornbread. I'd be curious to know. All right, we are in the 360 sprints now. Let me go ahead and pull that up. We got one on the lid. It is going to be Amanda. It's Amanda. All right, so Ryder out front currently with the quick time. So 16 cars, or 17 cars, 16 make the feature. So we will end up with an LCQ, which is good because this is a big track. We want it to slicken out a little bit to make it interesting. We're going to see some haymakers here tonight in the sprint cars. Remington currently fourth on the charts, but I'll tell you what, there's still a lot of people that have not put down laps in practice, as we got one riding around. Joey is running around with no wing. I don't know if he realizes that, but those incident points count. All right, so just so you guys know, remember, next week openers are 1 hour earlier after the time change on Sunday. That is Sunday, right? The 3rd or whatever. 2nd, 3rd, 2nd. Yep. So time change on Sunday, going to move all the openers up 1 hour. So we'll be live 1 hour earlier on Mondays starting next week. I'm actually surprised we don't see more big names in this one. I mean, they might be big sprint names. I don't know the sprint guys like that. More people pulling out on the track. Where is Remington? Remington's pulling out. There's Remington. We got to get him a paint for his sprint car. Black and yellow. Oh, he's going to do wheelies. Show off. Oh my God. Oh. Remington's just out here showing off his wheelie skills. Oh, it's week 1 of the pro qualifiers too. When does that start? I didn't even notice that. When do the pro quals start? I haven't even been paying attention. Dirt's been kind of they haven't changed anything. All right, let's go ahead and pull up qualifying. I got you muted, by the way, because if I don't, then everybody else is over there and they might say stupid shit. All right, so the 14 out on the track right now. Middle of November, okay. Yeah, I figured it was coming up. I just didn't see the announcement. I haven't been paying attention. Life's crazy. Joey Hints with a Z out there on the track, putting down his lap time. He's going to come across the line. Let's see where he sets the bar. He sets it at a 13.183. So it is Joey, is not Amanda. Why is it showing on SDK here, but not SDK there? That is odd. Those were some nice wheelies. They definitely were some nice wheelies. It's the only reason you're running the sprints anymore, isn't it? All right, let's see who we got out on the track now. Let's see if there's... Oh, Seth Gregory, our number one car in the session, is out on the track right now as he comes to take the green flag. Right now, it is Mason Hemba, I think is how I say it, on the pole. Where will Seth Gregory put that number 14 as he rolls through turn at number 1 and 2, or 3 and 4, sorry, comes across the line. Quick time with a 13.156 for Seth Gregory. Well, damn, Remington, you need to pick up the pace a little bit. Let's see if you can pick up the pace here on lap number 2. He was pushing the nose there, and he is not able to. He's going to be starting deep in his heat race. So Seth, Mason, Joey, why does it not transfer over? I don't get it. All right. Let me try something here. Let's see if I can fix it. All right, we're going to try and see if I can fix that, see if it'll change it up here. No, it did not change the name up. I don't know why it says it one place and not the other. That is odd. All right. Heat race number 1. It is going to be Seth Gregory starting on the pole here tonight. Hold on. Let's get the right track name up in there. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be Seth Gregory with Joey Hint in second. It's going to be Ryder Poston in that number 3 spot. James Rooney in 4th. Going to be Corbin in that number 5 spot. DJ in a 6th. Logan in 7th. Going to be Remington James starting in 8th. And Will Clapp in that number 9 spot. Hold on. Watch this. I'm watching. We are watching. Don't worry, Remington. We're watching. Loud pedal on the right. All right, they're going to stack them up in turn at number 1 and 2, side by side, looking for the green flag. You know what I'm happy about? I'm happy that iRacing doesn't make these cars have to get pushed out on the track, because that would take forever. All right, so it says Joey everywhere but on the ticker for whatever reason, and I don't know why. That is weird. All right, we are looking for the green flag this time by as they come down the back straightaway. Going to be Seth and Joey on that front row. A pair of 14s as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Hide chat. Side by side. I am also live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick if that's not working for you over on TikTok. All at MDiTV now as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the back straightaway. Joey going to take the lead. Seth going to cut up underneath him out of turn number 4. Drag race to the line is going to be Joey leading lap number 1. Slide job. Oh, no, slide job. He just slides up a little bit for Seth Gregory as Joey going to go back down to the bottom side as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Hint's going to slide up the track, leads that time by Seth, tries to go to work. Hint's going to pull away out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Remington, I'm watching. You're still back here. As they come out of turn number 4, top 6 going to transfer through as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Battle for that number 3 spot as they look for turn number 3 and 4. Rooney gonna slide up the track. Ryder looks low. Here comes Corbin, even lower. Big contact. Big wreck into turn number 1 and 2. Big wreck into 1 and 2. We got another wreck, I think, out of turn number 2. Also, as it looks like Remington James is on pit road. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Joey Hintz leading the way. Seth Gregory in second. Corbin in third. Down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. All 5 of these guys are going to make it. DJ is going to make it too unless somebody pulls back out. It looks like we got one pulling off of pit road. It's going to be DJ. He's going to lock in that number 6 spot, the final transfer spot, as they head through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. One more lap to go for Joey Hintz. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4 one last time. Checkered flag in the air. Give the win to Joey Hintz. Seth Gregory second. Logan Julian in third. Corbin, William Clapp, and DJ are your top 6. Those guys go into the feature. Everybody else to the LCQ. All right, Remington, when you go to the LCQ, you just can't finish last. You got it? Can't finish last. All right, let's get ready for heat race number 2 as they are on the track. It is going to be starting on the pole. It is going to be the 04 of Mason Hemba, I think is how I say it. Starting outside of him in the number 17, it is going to be Brian Strain. God, these names are horrible. Oh, you dropped. That sucks. Our frame drops suck. That definitely sucks. Starting inside, row number 2 in that number 26 machine, it is going to be Rob Atten. Oh my God, these names are horrible. Outside of him, in the number 9 machine, it is going to be Dave Hayes. Starting inside, row number 3, it is going to be Mick Bennett. Outside of him, it is going to be Menard. Starting inside, row number 4, it is going to be Ricky Thompson. Outside of him, it is going to be Dustin Steinman. I could say those names. Looking for the green flag this time by as they come down the back straightaway. Who's it going to be here for heat race number 2? Jalen, thank you for the follow. Yeah, they have been horrible. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 3 and 4. Mason in that 04 has control. Green flag is out. Mason going to get on the gas, gets a big jump. Rob going to try to slide into that number 2 spot. He is going to do it as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Looks like Brian going to grab the number 2 spot back as they come down the back straightaway out of turn 4. Almost 3 wide for the number 2 spot. Here comes Dave. Oh, we got one. We got a big wreck. Big wreck out of turn number 2. Big wreck out of turn number 2 as Mason continues to lead. Hayes in second. Strain wrecking in third. Up and over the fence. Rob. Oh, my God. The whole field is wrecked. The whole freaking field is wrecked. I say the whole field, not quite the whole field. The 17 must have just blinked out because he is on the track, but he is very broken. The only ones that have not been caught up in a wreck are the top 2 as they come out of turn number 4. I wonder if the frame drops played a role in that one as Mason continues to lead. Dave in second, Mick in third, Brian in fourth. You know, Brian might be broke, but it might be worth him taking these couple laps here, kind of lock himself into that final transfer spot. Feels like the big block heat. Brian very broke here, trying to at least get one more lap, and that should lock him into the feature here tonight. Rob and Dustin also looking like they're in, unless Menard, Ricky is pulling back out of the track. That's going to push Dustin out of a transfer spot. One more lap to go for Mason as he comes down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Mason with the win here in heat race number 1 or 2. Dave in second, Mick in third, Brian, Rob, and Ricky transferring through. That was probably the worst heat I've ever watched. It's got to be up there. Well, if the heats weren't enough for you, we got extra credit here tonight. We are going into the LCQ. We are sending one driver home here tonight out of the LCQ. Who's it going to be? As Ricky's going to finish. No, Ricky didn't have to finish this lap. And we're going to pull up the starting grid. Hope the UMPs do better than this. It's going to be James Rooney starting on the pole here tonight. Steinman in second. Going to be Ryder in the number 3 spot. Menard in 4th. And Remington James rounding out the field here in the LCQ. Y'all are dumb, says Ricky. I don't know if he's wrong. I'm not going to say he's wrong for that statement. It's going to be me. I don't know. I wouldn't count yourself out here, Remington. Not the way that heat just went. Not the way that heat just went. All right, we're going to pull off a pit road. It looks like one person did not grid up. Dustin did not grid up. That should lock Remington in unless he decides to shake the magic 8 ball and send it right. So Dustin is going to start from pit road. So if there's a wreck, Dustin could still race his way in. Remington, you just got to drive around slow. Don't wreck. Don't fuck it up. You're in. Just got to finish so that Dustin can't pass you. Do you understand, Remington? If you ride around in the back of this, even when we get in the feature, the way these guys drove in the heats, you might get a good finish in the feature tonight even. Just got to stay away from these guys wrecking. No. Remington says, nope, I'm not just riding. Right? Remington's going to send it. Looking for the green flag. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Rooney going to step on the gas as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Ryder in that number 2 spot. Remington going to go low on Menard down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Rooney leading the way as they got 9 laps to go. This is a good opportunity for Remington to learn the car a little bit here. He needs some time in it. Hasn't driven this car a lot. He's going to blink out as they head through turn number 3 and 4. That has to be some frame drops for him as he smacks the wall into 1 and 2. No, Remington. Did you break it? Did you break it? Oh, he is broken. He is so broken on that right front. What the hell is that right front doing? I don't even know how you're driving it. Look at that right front. It is all special. Yeah. He is having some connection issues. That's been a big issue, though, since the update. Like, all that. Back up to the front. Rooney going to continue to lead. Menard in second. Ryder back to third. Remington in that number 4 spot. He's just got to finish here tonight. I don't know. Dustin is reeling him in now. We might end up with a battle for the final transfer spot. Remington out there with a broken number 13. Wobble with it. He's got 4 more laps to go. Hold on to that number 13, Remington. Hold on to it. You got 1.7 seconds back. He's got 3 more laps to go. 3 more laps to go. Sorry, it was off. He had 4 laps to go last time. Come on, wheelchair Remington, right? Oh no, Dustin is coming. Dustin is coming. Dustin gets the inside wall. 2 laps to go. The drama is building. Dustin's going to get there. Remington up the track. Stay on the gas. Oh, here comes Dustin. Dustin going to take the spot. Remington going to get on the gas up underneath him. Out of turn 4, Remington now in the number 5 spot. He's got to hope someone makes a mistake as the white flag is out. Rooney going to take the win. Menard posted. Dustin in the number 3 spot. Remington cartwheels into turn number 3. Dustin takes it. Remington still cartwheeling. Still flipping. Lands on all 4. Finish. No, you were supposed to finish. And that is going to be the end of the LCQ. Remington James is going home. UMPs, Remington, UMPs. Hey, at least he gave us something to watch in the LCQ, right? He was definitely the show. You know, Remington has fun. That is the most important part. Remington has fun. All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and get ready for tonight's, not that one, tonight's starting a lineup. This, you blinked out. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 14 machine, it is going to be Joey Hintz. Outside of him in the 04, it's going to be Mason Heimbaugh. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 14 machine, it is going to be row number 2 in the number 14 machine. It's going to be Seth Gregory. Outside of him in the number 9, in the number 9, it's going to be Dave Hayes. Starting inside row number 3, it is going to be Logan Julian. Outside of him, it's going to be Mick Bennett. Starting inside row number 4, it is going to be Corbin. Outside of him, it is going to be Brian Strain. Starting inside row number 5, it is going to be William Klatt. Outside of him, it is going to be Rob Alton. Aiton? I don't know. Baby bias for the 04 machine, right? It is going to be DJ starting in 11th. Is it Ryder? Nope, not Ryder. Where is Thompson? Ricky Thompson in 12th. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, it is going to be Menard, Dustin, Rooney, and Ryder did not grid up as we look for the green flag. This time by out of turn number 4, green flag is out. I'm over here talking, don't know these guys, and I'm fucking that lineup up as they come out of turn number 2. It is going to be Joey leading the way. Joey's going to lead the way out of turn number 2. Looks like we got a wreck in the back. Will that bring out the caution? Oh, that's definitely going to bring out the caution as we got a big wreck and a pile up in turn number 3 and 4. Oh, my God. I thought they were all going to die. My stream was choppy. All right, let's see what happened here. Oh, he parked it, and oh my God. He got absolutely ran over. Slides up the track, 17 into him. Boom, big hit into the wall. So there was more people that wrecked after that. So let's go see if we can figure out what happened. God. Oh, it knocked the wing off his car, and that brought in the rest of the guys in turn number 3 and 4. That is unfortunate there. As Ricky Thompson loses the wing off that machine. Could not turn into turn number 3. Piles in the rest of the cars. Or no, that was Rob. That was Rob, sorry. Loses the wing. That is unfortunate for him. Yeah, I was surprised that yellow didn't come out sooner. I mean, they were sitting there all together. We almost witnessed death. All right, we are going 1 to green as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Joey leading the way. Mason second. Seth in third. Logan in fourth. Mick in fifth. As we look for the green flag, this time by. I am ready for the UMPs. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Joey going to lead the way down into turn at number 1 and 2. We might actually make it to all the way to the 360s. That should have been a huge wreck. Oh, we got another wreck into turn number 3 and 4. Another wreck into 3 and 4. Oh. Hold on, let's go back up to the front. Let's see what happened. I just saw there was a wreck. It wasn't 100%. Oh, it was the lap car with no wing. Oh my God. What the fuck was that? I couldn't believe that was the caution, but it was him. We are going green this time by. I'm going to try and see if I can find out what exactly. Oh, they wrecked. I don't even know which lap car it was. That was insane, but we are going back. Green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, it's definitely been wild. Supers were wild too. Green flag is out. Joey Hint's going to lead the way down into turn number 1 and 2. There was another one with no wing. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Joey leading the way. Mason in second. Seth Gregory in third. Julian in fourth. Bennett in that number 5 spot as they come down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Joey goes to the bottom, but I'll tell you what, Mason is winding it up on the high side as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Here comes the 04 of Mason. He's going to slide him into 3 and 4. Comes across the line. New race leader at the line as they head into 1 and 2. Slide job by Hintz into 1 and 2. Cut down by Mason. Mason going to roll it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 7 laps to go. Lap traffic up ahead. No wing as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Joey tries to slide. Mason on the binders. Both of them got on the brakes. Here comes Seth Gregory. Takes advantage, takes the lead out of turn number 4. Oh, that cost Mason. Mason's going to have to go back to work as Joey puts the slider on. Here comes Seth Gregory down low, down the back straightaway. Gregory up on the top side. He's going to keep Hintz up high. They touch. Hintz in the wall. Out of turn number 4. It's going to be Gregory leading into 1 and 2. Here comes Mason with a big slide. Mason up to the point as Gregory crosses him over out of turn number 2. Takes the lead back into 3 and 4. Out of turn 4. Here comes Mason back down low as they head into 1 and 2. Slide job by the 04. Slide job by the 04. Lap traffic down low, down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. More slow cars down low as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Yellow flag comes out. I think that one is going to be Rob again, maybe, for stopping on the track. Oh, nope. Menard is going to have an issue. Oh, Menard's going to be slowed down on the bottom. Oh, he stopped. Why didn't he pull a few feet forward and pull in? The fuck is wrong with you? Oh, that should have never been a caution. He stops on the track and toes like an idiot. Look, this thing's got to be impossible to drive. He's got no front wing, no top wing. Getting the laps in. If he keeps going, he might actually get a top 10. So Seth Gregory's going to have the lead. Mason in second. Hintz in third. Julian in 4th, and Mick in that number 5 spot. This is great, right? These guys aren't slow. They're just special speeds. All right, let's see. It looks like we are one to go this time by as they head into turn number 1 and 2. We'll see if those guys pop back out. Wonder if Rob has grown any wings back. Nope. No wings. Steven, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's single file. Single file restarts for these guys. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, Seth going to bring him to the green flag. Mason has definitely been the fastest car late, but got caught up. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. Good jump by Seth Gregory as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Joey Hintz into the wall. That's going to cause a big checkup from 3rd on back. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Watch Mason rip that top side, trying to reel in the leaders. They come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Contact. Hint sideways all the way around. Oh, they're still wrecking out of turn number 2. Caution flag comes out. That was the longest wreck ever. They're always wrecking. Oh, they wrecked it. Oh. So there's going to be some contact there. Hint's going to be turned completely sideways. That's going to check up the field. Oof. Oh. That is unfortunate. Caution flag comes out here once again. These things need to have no cautions. These guys are, I mean, like, there's some decent I mean, everybody in here, the lowest I rating in here is a 2359. That should be enough to know not to drive like this. So caution flag out here once again as they come out of turn number 2. Eldora or Demolition Derby. As it looks like we had a few cars down on pit road. I'm going to be curious if this pays off for Rob. Rob keeps staying out there, getting those repairs done. Yeah, right? Facts. But this isn't toxic. This is just inability. This is loft. Lack of fucking talent. Is Joey gone? Did Joey packet drop? Is Joey packet dropping? Hold on, let's see. Green flag is out. Oh, Joey's gone. Green flag is out as they head into 1 and 2. Seth's going to lead the way. Here comes the 17 of Brian. Brian's going to cut the middle. Here comes Mason back down low. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes the 5, sorry, of Mick down to the bottom side. Into turn number 1 and 2. Contact as the leaders get together. Big wreck into turn number 1 and 2. Oh no. Is this a derby? All right, we're going to take a look and see what happens here. Oh my God. All right, so Seth goes to cut down and Mason had the run and just gets into the back of him, gets into the side of him here, causes this one big pile up, big wreck into turn number 1 and 2. Caution flag comes out here once again. Bunch of junk cars out of turn number 2 as we get another caution. We only got 14 laps in this one, guys. He said he was cutting down. I don't know if he was losing it. I don't think he was losing it. Let's go and look from the cockpit. I think he was just trying to work the cut down. I think he was just working the cut down. Oh my God. So out of all the races I've done, this has been the worst for the 360s. This one has been a rough one here tonight as they come across the line. Mick's going to be in the lead. Brian in second. Brian's the 17 car in the split. He is the lowest number. He's up 110 I rating where he's at right now. We've actually had some decent 360 races. He said he was doing a cut down, but we're about to go green. I don't have time to go back and look at it now. I need to open his scrapyard, right? Looking for the green flag as they come out of turn number 4. Mick on the gas. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Mason still on pit road. He is not going to make it back out as they look for turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Dustin's got a black flag. That's not any good for him as they come out of turn number 4. Brian leads the way into 1 and 2. He's up 122 I rating if he wins this one. Here comes Mick trying to close the gap as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 17 laps complete. We got 13 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Attrition has been key. Rob, who's had no wings, is now up into the number 8 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 18 laps complete, and Mick is putting the pressure on Brian Strand. Out of turn number 2, big bobble out of the 17. Here comes Mick looking for the lead. Slides into the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Mason back out on the track. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Slide job by Brian, cut down by Mick. Mick going to get the run. Lap traffic up ahead as they head into 3 and 4. Mick's got to throw a shallow slider. Cut down by the 17. 17 into the back of Rob as he blinked out. And back up to the front. It is going to be Mick leading the way. So Brian goes around after that one. That is unfortunate. Caution flag is out. Oh. All right, so the caution flag is out, and it is getting toxic out there. As we are 20 laps into the books, we're going to get 9 to go when they take the green flag. All right, so caution flag is out once again here tonight. I don't even know how many cautions it's been. 5? And down to 7. Oh, well, you know, I don't know. Is Rob gone? Rob is still on pit road. Rob is back on pit road getting damage repaired. And Mason's getting work done too. So these guys are still in the race. But yeah, we're down to 6 on the lead lap. And I'll tell you what, we're technically probably down to 5 on the lead lap. Dustin, as you can see, has a black flag. Yeah, he did get smacked. All right, looking for the green flag as they come down the back straightaway. Single file. Rob is still on pit road. He might be done. Oh, Rob's got a black flag too. As they look for turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be? Here tonight, can Mick hold on? Seth back up to second. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway, down into 1 and 2. Seth going to have a good run down low as they come out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. 8 laps to go. Here comes Seth Gregory. Not able to make the move. Has to get back in line. Mick leads it. Seth in second. Contact further back for that number 3 spot. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. I bet, yeah, he could have too many points. It could be incident points. Here comes Gregory down low. Up underneath as they head into 3 and 4. Slide. No, can't pull the slider. Has to hold it low. It's going to be Mick at the line that time by. Seth's going to come up the track this time out of turn number 2. Cut down by Mick. Mick gonna send it into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track into 3 and 4. Slides up the track. 5 laps to go. Here comes Gregory. Gregory back with the slide in 1 and 2. Mick gonna come back down low out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Sends it into turn number 3 and 4. Seth looks low, can't quite get there. Here comes Seth Gregory into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track, contact as he gets into Mick. Mick had the run on that outside, was able to close the gap, but ate the right rear as they come out of turn number 4. Gregory leads the way into 1 and 2. 3 laps to go. Mick in second. William Clapp in third. Brian in fourth. DJ in fifth. Dustin is in that, showing in the number 4 spot on the track, but he's got that black flag, and it looks like it is putting him a lap down as they head through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Mason going to keep it down low, down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. One last time, checkered flag in the air. Give the win to Seth Gregory. Mick in second, Clapp in third, Strain in fourth, DJ in fifth. That was wild. I don't even know how I feel about that one. All right, it's going to be Gregory with the win here tonight. Mick in second, Clapp in third. Going to be Brian in that number 4 spot, DJ in fifth, Dustin in sixth. Going to be Mason in seventh, Rob in eighth, Brian Hayes in, is it Brian? Dave Hayes in ninth. Going to be Logan in the number 10 spot, Joey in 11th, Menard in 12th. Rooney's going to be 13th, Thompson in 14th, Corbin in 15th, and Ryder did not grid in that number 16 spot. None of these guys have my Discord, I don't think. If they had my Discord, I'd do an interview. I don't know what I'd say. Good job not wrecking out of the race here tonight. You got anybody to thank? Maybe your spotter? I don't know what I would even say. All right, we're going to go do UMP Modifieds, guy. Let's go ahead and pull up the screen. UMP Modifieds to close out the night. That was rough. Well, that made the super race look really good. The super race was pretty freaking rough. All right, we got a couple seconds here. Just because she was ugly don't mean it wasn't. Oh, it was definitely fun, but it was bad. All right, so I got about 19 seconds until that next session opens up, and we will move into tonight's final race. Looks like that one is going to be a little light. So we will wait and see. 15 cars signed up for the UMP Modifieds. Who is in there? Oh, we got some good drivers in there, though. We got Hennigan. We got Dylan Yeagers in there. They are racing at Huset. It's going to be tight racing here tonight. Dylan Gibbs is in there. Remington's in there. Selby's in there. Willis is in there. Now, this should be a good one. Might not be a lot of people in here, but it does look like it could be a good one here tonight for the UMP Modifieds. Just waiting for that session to open up for me to be able to get in it. And we will get in there for their 30-lap main event. Ugh. I'm yawning. My bad. All right, let's see. Is it up yet? Is it up yet? Is it up yet? Hey, Shane.
What's up?
Is it up yet?
Are we live yet? Are we live yet?
I mean, one more time. One more time. I dare you. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's see if it is up yet. There it is. One race, 16 cars. Looks like we got a 3K SOF, even with it being a single split. Everybody's going to make it at Huset's. Lizard, lizard, lizard. Quit that yawning, says Remington. Are we live yet? And he says, lizard, lizard. All right, we're going to see Remington James in full effect. 3486 SOF. We definitely have some good drivers in this one. Cody Nevin making an appearance. Yeah, I think I might be more excited about this. The big block race was pretty good. The supers got rough. The 360s were, as Robert would say, fun. I fixed my car. He's Ramington. He's Ramington. We've changed it to Ramington. I don't know what the fuck that's playing. All right, so we are jumping into tonight's final race. It is going to be UMP Modifieds at Huset. I struggle with Remington's name because we have a guy that races at Fulton Speedway, and his name is Remington, so I always sometimes slip up and say Ham instead of James. And some of that has to do with calling Nick Ham so many times, so it just gets confusing. All right, we are in the session. We got some good names in here. Willis at the top of the charts right now in the UMPs. Dylan Yeager in second. Bryce Fisher. Dustin Hennigan. Matt Selby. I like this track. It is technical. It is tight, and it is fun, especially with the right group of guys. What are you guys' thoughts on Huset's? If you've ran it before, let me know in the chat. What do you guys think of Huset's? Yeah, I had it running the next day, and then I had it pretty much fixed on Sunday. I just got the windshield today. I had to get a windshield. That was my last little piece. Everything is back 100% on the car. All right, so we got about a minute and a half left here in practice. Dylan Gibbs out there. Remington is 11th quick. Remington, loud pedal on the right. Yeah, I think it's just fun. It's like you get in a rhythm and just kind of ride it. I like the track. And I think it's a good track for these cars. And we're going to run the ARCA cars here, which will be really interesting. Not this week. This week's Knoxville in the ARCA car, so we should have a decent turnout for that. There are a few people that I have not put a lap down yet. We're going to see if they're even in the session. Everybody's in there, so they just haven't put any laps down as we are closing in on the end of practice. How ironic is it? I don't know. I don't know if that's ironic, but that is, we need some excitement in that paint, Remington. What is up with that paint? Oh, yeah. People were thinking it was totaled, and I was driving it the next day, so we are good. I was happy about that. Talon Willis still putting some laps in, as that is going to be the end of practice. We're going to get into qualifying here tonight. It's boring. I really don't care. I'm just picking on you, Remington. It's slow. It's slow, Remington. It's slow. I accidentally moved that. My bad, guys. All right, so Brandon Talon Willis out there with a 12.837. Clyde Dunn to the top of the charts with a 12.833. Willis going to jump up on lap number 2 to a, well, never mind. Yeager goes quick time with a 12.784. Let's see what lap number 2 is. Will it be quicker as he comes out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway? And it is not quicker, but he is still out there with the quick time. Cody Nevin going to come across. He's going to be 6th quick. Seth going to be 12th quick. We'll see if the rest of these guys pull out on the track. Here comes Remington James in the number 13. He's going to be swinging that thing around. Remington going to start lap number 1 as he heads into turn at number 1 and 2 in that number 13 down the back straightaway into turn at number 3 and 4. Oh, he clips the wall. Did it count as lap? It did. 5th quick with a 12.925. Let's see if he's able to pick up the lap here on lap number 2. Let's see when he comes across the line. He's going to go slower with a 13.044. Oh, here's one to watch. Hennigan coming out on the track. He could potentially put the quick time. Oh, I thought he ran out of time. He blinked. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Let's see where Dustin is going to put it as he comes out of turn number 4. He goes 3rd quick with a 12.830. Can he pick up the lap any here on lap number 2 as he comes out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway? Does not pick up the time. He's going to be 3rd quick on the night, starting 2nd in heat race number 1. So we are going to have 2 heat races here tonight as they get out on the track. Go ahead and get ready for heat race number 1. Let me change the name. Catch you. You know, if I was in the ARCA car, I would be catching you when I put you a lap down. But, you know, we won't talk about that. All right, starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it is going to be the number 48 of Dylan Yeager. Outside of him in the number 16 machine, it is going to be Dustin Hennigan. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 46 machine, it is going to be Cody Nevin. Outside of him in the number 12, it is going to be Kaysen Caps. Sorry, I got this thing. Let me zoom this out a little bit. Starting inside row number 3. What number is... He's in the 90? In the number 90 machine, it's going to be Cody Nevin. Outside of him, in the number 99, it is going to be Bryce Fisher. Then rounding out the field here tonight in row number 4, in that number 17 machine, it is going to be Kelby Fisher. Outside of him, it is going to be the number 14 of Dylan Knighton. We are going to be looking for that green flag as they get the one to go at the line. Who's it going to be here tonight? Can Dylan Yeager hold on? Let's find out, Gramps. Look, I'm not that old. As they come out of turn number 2, looking for that green flag this time by Yeager and Hennigan on that front row. Who's it going to be? As they come out of turn number 4, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they got a little bit of contact coming to the line. Hennigan will hold strong on the outside as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, give the lead to Yeager. Hennigan looking down low, can't quite get there as they come out of turn number 4. Battle for third as they get together. Selby gets pushed up in the wall as Caps rolls up underneath him out of turn number 2. Here comes Nevin in that number 9 machine as they head 90 machine as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, battle for the number 4 spot. Nevin down low, Selby up high. Drag race out of turn number 2. Selby going to keep the spot as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Out front, it is all Dylan Yeager. Hennigan in second. Caps in third. Selby in fourth. Nevin in fifth. Fisher in 6th and 7th. And Knighton in that number 8 spot. 4 laps complete. 4 laps to go. Hennigan in the number 2 spot, getting the pressure from Caps as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Caps trying to reel them in out of turn 4. Big run for Caps as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Caps having to play a little bit of a guessing game there as Hennigan keeps blinking out. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Hennigan going to be in the wall. Here comes Caps down low. Selby gets in the back of him. Selby into Hennigan. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. That blinking is definitely becoming an issue for the number 16 as Selby going to roll the bottom up underneath Caps. Here comes Hennigan back down low out of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. It is all Yeager out front. Battles for second on back. Caps rolls through turn number 3 and 4. Looking for the checkered flag. It's going to be Yeager, Caps, Selby, Hennigan, Nevin, Fisher, Bryce Fisher, Kelby Fisher, and Dylan Knighton rounding out the field. So heat race number 1 in the books. Let's get ready for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it is going to be the number 10 of Talon Willis. Outside of him in that number 88 machine, it is going to be Clyde Dunn. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 13 machine, it's going to be Remington James. Outside of him in the number 33, it's going to be Dylan Gibbs. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 27 machine is going to be Justin Upchurch. Outside of him in the number 8 machine, it's going to be Brandon Day. Am I saying that right? Thank you for the heart, me. Appreciate that, Fisherman. Appreciate that. Then rounding out the field here tonight, inside row number 4 in the number 16 machine is going to be Tyler. Outside of him, it is going to be the 15 of Seth Bennett. Stacked up 2 by 2. Going from Ramington. Yeah, Ramington. Are you gonna ram Gibbs? Don't do that. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, they're going to get the 1 to go this time by. Looking for the green flag this time by Talon Willis. Leads the field. Clyde Dunn in second. You got to get a really good start here. This track is so small, so tight. It is. If you cannot clear that second place car, it could put you in a bad spot as they come down the back straightaway looking for the green flag this time by. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Great start by Willis. Done in the number 2 spot. Big door into turn number 1 and 2 as Ramington gets Dylan Gibbs as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Gibbs going to take that number 3 spot. Here comes Brandon down low, up underneath Remington around and into the outside wall, up and over, lands on all 4, keeps it going in 1 and 2. Back up to the front, battle for that number 1 spot. Done looking up underneath Willis, can't quite get there. This is going to allow Gibbs to reel him in as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, 3 laps complete. We got 5 laps to go. Done putting the pressure on Willis, rolling that bottom side out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. It is going to be Willis leading the way. Done in second. Gibbs trying to close the gap as they get 4 laps to go. So halfway through heat race number 2 as they come down the back straightaway. Dunn putting the pressure on Willis. Willis trying to get away as they come out of turn at number 4. through turn number 1 and 2. You know, they both look so close and so good. Will Clyde Dunn have to use the bumper to get around that number 10 machine? That bottom side is definitely the place to be in 1 and 2 as they tap the wall down the front straightaway, down into 1 and 2 once again. Looks like Dunn might be a little bit faster into 1 and 2 on the bottom side. He's going to try a cut down out of turn number 4, trying to find something different. You can't just follow the leader. That'll never get you around him as they head into turn number 1 and 2, almost into the back of Willis. Down into turn number 3 and 4, looking for the checkered flag. Here comes the 88. Can't get around him. It's going to be Willis with the win. Dunn, Gibbs, Brandon, Upchurch, Bennett, Tyler, and James rounding out the field. All right. Got to give me 1 second as we get ready for tonight's feature. I got to put on my hoodie. It's gotten cold. All right, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 48 machine, it is going to be Dylan Yeager. Starting outside of him in the number 10 machine, it is going to be Talon Willis. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 12 machine is going to be Case and Caps. Outside of him in the number 88, it is going to be Clyde Dunn. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 46 machine, it is going to be Matt Selby. Outside of him in the number 33, it's going to be Dylan Gibbs. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 16 machine, it is going to be Dustin Hennigan. Outside of him in the number 8 machine, it is going to be Brandon. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 90 machine, that throws me off, it's going to be Cody Nevin. Outside of him in the number 27, it's going to be Justin Upchurch. Starting inside row number 6 in the number 99 machine, it's going to be Bryce Fisher. Outside of him, it's going to be Seth Bennett, but Seth Bennett did not grit up. Starting inside row number 7, it is going to be the number 17 of Kelby Fisher. Outside of him, in the number 16, it is going to be Tyler Berg. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Dylan Knight, but he's not there. Outside of him, in the number 13, it is going to be Remington James. Looking for the green flag as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be here tonight? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into 1 and 2. You're going to try to slide up the track, but here comes Willis fighting back on the outside. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4, side by side. Here comes Willis to the outside. He's going to lead lap number 1. He's got the 88 of Dunn right behind him as they head through 1 and 2. Oh, we've seen one up into the wall. I think that is going to be maybe, I don't know who it was. As they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, Willis leads the way into 1 and 2. Oh, big contact as Cap slides up into Yeager. Gibbs going to be down low up underneath Yeager. Now Yeager going to dive up underneath out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, no, Willis in the wall. Dunn gets around him. Dunn going to get around in that number 88 as they come out of turn at number 4. Down the front straightaway. New race leader at the line. The 88 of Clyde Dunn as they head through 1 and 2. Lap traffic up ahead. That is going to be the 8 of Brandon. He's got the leaders reeling them in as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Dunn continues to lead. Willis in second. Caps in third. Gibbs in fourth. Yeager in that number 5 spot. Selby going to sit in 6th. Hennigan in 7th. Upchurch going to slide into that number 8 spot. Nevin back to 9th. Bryce Fisher in the number 10 spot as we got one into the wall. That is going to be Brandon in that number 8 machine, and no caution flag. Back up front, it is going to continue to be Clyde Dunn leading the way. Talon Willis in second. Case and Caps in that number 3 spot. Dylan Gibbs putting the pressure on him as Willis tries to find his way back around Dunn. Down into turn number 3 and 4. 9 laps complete as they come across the line this time by. So far, keeping it lean and green. Already better than the 360 race as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail for the leaders. Willis trying to find his way around. Can't quite get there. Battle for third is absolutely phenomenal. 3-car battle as Yeager tries to work a lane down as they come out of turn number 2. And Dunn's killing it for sure. As they come across the line, it is going to be 11 laps complete. Willis putting the pressure on him. Battle for that number 3 spot. Caps continues to hold on. He's got Gibbs all over the back of him. Yeager all over the bottom as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Gibbs looking low up underneath Caps as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Right now, Willis is trying to find a way around that number 88 machine. Both of them hit the wall. Here comes Willis down low into 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Willis has to get back in line as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail once again. It's going to be all about mistakes. Willis goes back to the bottom run slider in turn number 1 and 2. Dunn going to roll the outside, bangs the wall, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Dunn holding that pedal down as they come down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. Willis goes to the bottom, tries to work the bottom out of turn number 2. Has it working. Gained some ground through 1 and 2. Not able to do it in 3 and 4. Has to get back in line. Back down the front straightaway. 16 laps complete. 14 laps to go as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Willis going to get back in line. Jumps back up to the high side in turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. 17 laps in the books. He's got that bottom side ripping in 1 and 2. Just got to figure out turn number 3 and 4. Back to the top side for Willis up in turn number 3 and 4. He's going to follow suit. We got a lot of door banging just behind these guys as Yeager makes his way around Caps. Gibbs already up into the number 3 spot. Battle for the lead. Here comes Willis back down low. Slide job in 3 and 4. Cut down by Dunn. Dunn's going to lead at that time by Willis back to the top side as Dunn slides up the track. Willis going to grab the wall. Loses a ton of ground out of turn number 2. A lot of breathing room for Dunn right now as they come across the line. 0.4 of a second between him and Willis with 10 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Willis going to go back to the bottom as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Lap traffic up ahead as they come out of turn number 4. Caps and Yeager going at it for the number 4 spot. Yellow flag comes out. Cody Nevin having some issues. Let's see what happened to C. Nevin as he's got a broken left front. He's got a broken left front, and that thing can't be handling as he gets into the wall and has to take the tow. Caution flag comes out. So we're going to get an 8-lap shootout here as these guys are going to re-rack them, restack them. Oh, my cell phone died. As they head out of turn at number 4 is going to be Clyde Dunn leading the way here tonight. Talon Willis in second. Dylan Gibbs in third. Dylan Yeager in fourth. And Caps in that number 5 spot. All these guys looking pretty fast here tonight. We'll see how this one works its way out with a single file restart here. Well, we'll see if we end up with an interview. Willis has my Discord. All right. Let's see if they get the one to go this time by. It looks like they do. Pace lights are out. Dunn has 8 laps to hold off the field. Let the balls hang out of it, right? Got to throw your nuts over your shoulder and let her eat at this point. All right, looks like Nevin is coming back out in that number 90 machine. He's got the left front put back on. We'll see how that thing handles as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Great start by Willis in the number 2 spot. Dunn going to lead him up to the top side. Here comes Willis down low out of turn number 2. Definitely cooler tires going to play a role here as Willis going to slide up the track in 3 and 4. Cut down by Dunn. Down the front straightaway. I think Willis might have had it at the line as they head through 1 and 2. Dunn going to roll the bottom through turn number 1 and 2. Willis up to the top side. Dunn going to throw the slider in 3 and 4. Here comes Willis back down low. Drag race to the line. Going to be done at the line that time by. Down into 1 and 2. 6 laps to go. Great battle for the lead. Willis going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Here comes Dunn. Gibbs into the side of Dunn on turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Dunn didn't know Gibbs was going to be there. That might have cost him the race as Willis leads the way out of turn number 2. Through turn number 3 and 4, going to be 4 laps to go as they come across the line. Gibbs trying to put the work on Dunn now as they head into 1 and 2. Willis drives away. Dunn in second. Still a great run out of the number 88 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Yeager in the 48 trying to get that top side to work. He's going to lose ground as they come out of 4. 3 laps to go. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 2 laps to go. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Fisher facing the wrong way. He's going to jump up on the berm. Let's see what happened here. Real sideways there. Oh, they got contact up ahead. Remington in the 99 and Nevin just... Wow, that is the weirdest. That was some net code there. That should have never turned him around like that. Caution flag comes out and he is high centered on the berm. He is high centered. He can't get off. You can't park there. Nevin's going to fix him. Good sportsmanship there. So Nevin showing some sportsmanship there. Gets Kelby facing the right way as Willis leads the way. We are looking for some green flag action. We're going to have a shootout here. It is going to be a 2-lap shootout. Yeah, Dunn's looking pretty good right now. Uh-oh, I seen something I missed. All right, looking for the green flag this time by down the back straightaway. When will Willis fire him off? About to find out as they get 2 laps to go. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. Good jump by Willis. Dunn trying to hold pace, but he's got Gibbs all over the back of him through turn number 1 and 2. Great roll through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Battle's going to be for second. Gibbs putting the pressure on Dunn as they head through turn at number 1 and 2. Yeager jumps up to the outside, trying to find something a little different. Down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. One last time. Big contact with Selby and whoever else as they come out of turn number 4. Willis takes the win. Clyde Dunn second. Gibbs in third. Yeager in fourth. Caps in fifth. Good run there, guys. If you are in the top 3 and you want to jump in for an interview, you are more than welcome to. We got a couple minutes here. I got to go through the results. It is going to be Talon Willis with the win. Clyde Dunn in second. Dylan Gibbs in third. Dylan Yeager going to be in that number 4 spot with Case and Caps in fifth. Going to be Matt Selby in that number 6 spot. Dustin Hennigan in 6th. Justin Upchurch in 8th. Going to be Remington James in the number 9 spot. Cody Nevin in 10th. Bryce Fisher in 11th. Oh my God. Remington's out there having fun still. Calby going to be in 12th. Tyler in 13th. Brandon in 14th. And Seth and Dylan did not grid up as we get a race here tonight. What a race here tonight in the UMP Modifieds. The the Modifieds were great tonight. Big blocks and UMPs. Supers were exciting for a whole different reason, and we saw the 360s. We don't have to talk about that again. As we are going to close down for the night, we'll see if anybody jumps in. We got Dylan Gibbs, Dunn, or Willis. Remington wants a 9th place interview. Well, Remington, you sucked out there tonight, finishing 9th place. Okay.
Yeah, I fired my pit crew guy earlier. He just wasn't cutting it. He gave me a crap car.
Dylan, thank you for the follow. Oh, that was actually a pretty good one. Way better than the 360s. No problem, Curtis. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, I think I'm gonna close down the stream. It doesn't look like Gibbs, Dunn, or Willis are gonna make their way in. But maybe next week. Oh, you sent Talon. I thought Talon had it. He used to have it. He probably left. We'll see if Talon. Oh, there's Talon. There's Talon. That's like the start of playing writing Talented, right?
What is it?
Talon. I said Talon is like the start of writing Talented. Oh, we got the pro.
So.
We got the pro series coming up here soon, and you're out here in the UMP Modifieds, putting on a show, with your WC logo or license. Great run here tonight. You and Clyde had a phenomenal race for the lead tonight.
Yeah, that was an awesome race. We started throwing sliders back and forth, and I knew the bottom of 1 and 2 would come back in just later in the race. I just didn't know when, and I kind of dabbled down there, and it seemed to work out pretty good. And then we threw a few sliders back and forth, and in my mirror, I seen where the 3rd place car kind of hit Clyde whenever he was crossing me over off a slider, and that knocked the momentum off of him, and that really, I think, won me the race, because if he could have crossed me back over and we could have kept throwing sliders back and forth, I think he could have just protected the bottom of 1 and 2 and probably won the race. But everything just kind of went my way, and just worked out.
Yeah, Curtis says, attaboy, Talon. Yeah, good run there tonight. It was actually and honestly a pretty good group out there. Way better than the 360s and the Supers today anyway. But everybody, I mean, they were racing for position. I see a bunch of people. We're up in Discord a minute ago. Everybody racing pretty hard for position, but it seemed like everybody trying to give each other room too. I don't know if I've ever seen Clyde up in here, at least not running up front. But it's good to see some new names up there, maybe some challenges for you guys.
Oh yeah, the UMP guys, they're dark horses for sure. I mean, there's countless ones that you'll get in a race and you don't really know their name, but whenever you get in there, you definitely got to race them. And I really think the UMPs are a great racing car. Just not really many people race them, but I like to race them every so often, just kind of have a little bit of fun. And usually they race pretty clean if you're if you're up in the front of the field. And as you saw tonight, we all raced pretty clean, and I don't really think anybody touched anybody.
Well, great run here tonight. Phenomenal race. I wish that caution didn't come. I wish him and Gibbs didn't get together, because that was going to be good for me to watch then. But still good run, still good race to watch. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, just shout out to Blake Majulis, Evan C., Chris Ferguson, all the Majulis C guys, Joey Lingren Photography. Just there's so many people on the car. Jaeger, Selby. I mean, just all them guys. They were in the UMP race with me, and the UMPs. They're not really. We don't really race them a lot, but Blake and Evan always build a good set, so we can just kind of load in and be fast right out the box, and that always helps. And if you need any setups, just check out Majulis C Speed Shop.
For sure. I was wondering who Dust was, because he just jumped in.
Me, Clyde Dunn.
Oh, okay. I was like, who is that? Man, that was a phenomenal race with you and Willis at the end there. You and Gibbs get together. Gibbs had the run on the bottom side. You were cutting down, just didn't know he was there. But man, what a race with you guys up at the front, leading a good part of that.
Yeah, 100%. That was fun racing with Talon. It's always fun racing with someone who races you clean. We were throwing some sliders. I went to cross down and didn't see Gibbs there. We kind of got into it, and we held on to second.
Okay, so you're Dustin Lee, I guess is the name. Now I got my
iRacing name from my uncle.
Okay, I can send you the SDK thing later, and you can change it for the stream if you want. So that is a possibility. Well,
Yeah, let's do that.
well, Dustin, man, we had a lot of Dustins and a lot of Dylans on that race. But yeah, great run here. Great run here tonight. Great run here tonight in the number 88 UMP Modifieds. Definitely a fun car. This is the perfect track for these cars. I really think these tight technical tracks. These cars just seem to put on a good show.
Yeah,
You could-
UMPs, they're always real fun to race. Especially at Huset's little borings like that. It's definitely elbows up. But me and Dustin Hannigan building DDR setups, we're up and coming. They've been real good lately, and try to hang with the bigger guys, and they've been getting better and better each race.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
I'll have to thank my mom and dad for commenting in the comment section. They said they had you laughing, but
Yeah.
Dustin Hannigan, me and him been working really all day to get the setup dialed in. I feel like we're heading in the right directions. If you ever need setups, just message me or Dustin Hannigan. We'll get you dialed in.
I got a few guys that have been asking, so I might send somebody your way. So appreciate it, guys. Good run, and I will send you the SDK if you want to change your name up on there. The link.
Yeah, let's do that. Thank you.
You just let me know if you have trouble. The directions are right on the page I'm going to send you, but if you have any troubles, just let me know.
Good deal.
Appreciate you guys. Good one, Talon.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that is going to be it for tonight. Appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you for in the Discord. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't know that was I didn't know. Now I know. But that'll be it for tonight, guys. I am tired. I am ready for some sleep, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. We won't see you tomorrow. No man, I got to think of it. No Gen Force tomorrow. That was end of their season last week. So we will be back for the Arc of Dirt on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Knoxville. You guys don't want to miss that one. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.